Hey everyone, what's up? I hope you're all having a good summer, and welcome to another long review on Ant-Man. So, I open up with a short review by saying that the best thing about this movie is that they play The Cure in it, and I actually meant that. When they're like Scott Lang and the evil guy is fighting, the evil guy like say, "I'm going to disintegrate you," and then the iPhone picks that up and it says, "Play Disintegration by The Cure," and I was like, "Oh my god, it's The Cure!" I'm a huge The Cure fan. I can't help it. Whenever I hear The Cure in like a movie or a TV show or something, I just lose it. I love The Cure so much. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, Ant-Man. Yes, I liked it. I liked it a lot. Yeah. Well, I know. I only gave it 3 bass guitars out of 5 in my long short review. Going to get to that later. Why I just gave it 3 stars in a little more detail. Going to be spoilers in this, by the way. So watch out. Let's begin with probably the next best thing to the Cure being played in this movie. The CGI. Wow. The CGI I thought was so good in this movie. It was so amazing. I mean when Ant-Man shrinks, it looks so good. It looks so cool, you know, and the ants, they look amazing. Wow, they look so much better than the dinosaurs in Jurassic World, for example. And also, oh my god, there is this scene, you know, if you have seen the movie, you know what scene I'm talking about. It's like they're testing this bee suit that the evil guy is wearing, and they're testing it on a lamb, and they shrink the lamb, and the lamb is like in this little cube, you know, with glass, and when they shrink it, the evil guy, he picks it up, and dear God, it looks like he's holding the little cube with the lamb in it. It looks like they have shrinked the cube with the lamb in it. It looks that real. It looks so amazing. So, you know, the CGI, if it weren't for The Cure, the CGI would be the best thing about this movie. Dear God, it's so cool. Okay, so the CGI out of the way. Yeah, as I said in the short review, one of the reasons I liked this movie is that I didn't get the Marvel feeling out of this. I usually don't like superhero movies. I don't think there's anything wrong with like the Avengers and Iron Man and movies like that. It's just a matter of taste, you know. I don't enjoy them. I don't know why. I get bored. I don't know why, but I love Batman. Batman is like my favorite superhero, and I was a Batman junkie when I was a child, and I still am a Batman junkie. Also, I like the old Spider-Man's movies, and I watched the Spider-Man cartoons when I was a kid. I adore X-Men, so I like those superhero movies and those superhero series. But otherwise, I don't enjoy superhero movies that much. It's just a matter of taste. I don't think it's anything wrong with them. So, but this movie, as I said, I didn't get the Marvel feeling out of this movie. It's like Marvel went ahead and made something new. It's like they made a heist movie, and I admire Marvel so much because it is a superhero movie. It really, really is, you know, this guy saving the world, blah, 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 all that stuff. It is a superhero movie, but it is like a superhero heist movie. And I admire Marvel so much that they can just go ahead and, like, make something new. It's amazing. I mean, even though there's nothing wrong with, like, Avengers, Captain America, and movies like that, you know, they're all the typical superhero movies, you know. It's nothing new, like, to the plot, you know. Of course, there's different plots, but it's still the same. You know what I'm saying? I think you do, you know what I'm saying. But you know, this was something new, and it was so enjoyable to watch, therefore, and that's why one of the reasons I liked it. So yeah, the story was good. You know, there were some plot holes that bother me. Well, actually, they're maybe not plot holes, but well, yes, they're kind of plot holes, but but you know, it's like Hank Pym, played by Michael Douglas, who does a wonderful job, by the way. I will get to the acting a little later. So Hank Pym, I didn't think that Hank Pym gave any good reasons in the movie. Example for why he didn't wear the ant suit, and why his daughter can't wear it, and why he didn't tell his daughter why his mom died in reality. You know, he tells like Scott Lang that the suit tear too much on his body, but wouldn't he be wearing it for a day, you know, and then they wouldn't have had to spend that much time prepping. They could have just went ahead and stopped the plans like they planned to, and the evil guy wouldn't have found out also that they were planning to like destroy his plans, you know. And he continues that on a regular basis. I thought that every time they want an explanation, he just like says something that's really moving, or that sounds complex, but it really isn't a reason. Also, there's this Easter egg. I love Easter eggs, and I love this Easter egg, even though this Easter egg was kind of stupid, I thought. It's like they are like coming up with a plan to stop the bad guy, and Scott Lang says, I think we should call the Avengers. And I laughed so hard when he said that, because I thought that it was true. They should have called the Avengers. They should have like called up Captain America and Iron Man. I was like, dude, there's this crazy guy who's trying to make a bee suit that can shrink himself and take over the world with it. Go stop him. But Hank Pym is like, no, we don't call the Avengers because they're assholes. Well, swallow your fucking pride, man, because this is the world you're risking. You know, you don't want to sacrifice your only daughter, but, you know, just because you think Tony Stark is an asshole, you don't want them to save the world. So, fuck you, Hank Pym. Although I thought that Pym didn't give any good reasons in the movie, he was probably my favorite character, except for Stan Lee, who makes an awesome cameo, by the way, as a sleazy bartender, and he says something like, that's a fine stupid bitch or something, I don't know, but I was laughing when he said that. But you know, he was probably my favorite character. I think he did such a good job acting his characters, and I even though he didn't give any good reasons during the movie, I just thought that he was fun to watch, you know. He was a really interesting character. Plus his voice is awesome. The first time like Scott Lang shrinks himself in the Ant-Man suit, he like talks to him and is like, yeah, you didn't think that was coming, huh? And he sounds so awesome. I got goosebumps when he talked. So, moving on. Paul Rudd, yeah, wow! Paul fucking Rudd! He can act serious, you know. As I said in the short review, I have a little hard taking him serious because he has like played such ridiculous roles in the past. But dear God, I'm looking forward to see more of him. I'm looking forward to see more of him in Ant-Man. Wow, he did such a good job. He's amazing. I thought he was so good. I mean, also, I liked Ant-Man because I didn't think that he was this typical Marvel superhero. You know, well, he reminds me a little bit about Iron Man and Star-Lord, but I didn't think the elements were there as much. I didn't think the cockiness was there as much as in Star-Lord and Tony Stark, which annoys me a lot, by the way. And I didn't think that he was trying to be funny all the time, you know. He was a little bit too much sometimes, but that was just sometimes. My problem with like Iron Man and Star-Lord is that I think they're too much sometimes. I think they're too funny in too serious situations, and I respect that if you like that, but I don't like that. I just think that annoys me so much. I don't know why, it just does, you know. Yeah, like Paul Rudd's acting, he did a very good job. Evangeline Lilly, yeah, she's a good actor, but you know, her role is terrible. Her character sucks. It reminds me a lot about Claire from Jurassic World, you know. She's this stuck-up woman who's like, yeah, I'm correct, and I can't take anything funny because I'm a serious person. And then in the end, of course, she loosens up and kisses the cool guy. Good God, that bothers me so much that I have seen so much of that in movies recently. And it's a typical way to portray a woman, and it's so sad that they do that, really. Also, another thing that bothered me with Hope that Evangeline Lilly plays is that she says a lot of awesome things, you know? She does a lot of awesome things. She can fight, and she's awesome at fighting. She has like a black belt in some kind of fighting sport, I don't remember which one. And she can control the ants as well as her father can, and she can do all this, and she would be so perfect for Ant-Man, but of course he can't do it because the character has to be a man. Really, the character has to be a fucking man every fucking time. I mean, how many superheroes out there in, like, the big ones like DC and Marvel are women, you know? How many of them are female? Good God, why couldn't Ant-Man have been Hope? I mean, I would have enjoyed that so much. That would have been even more unique. Like when I talked about like this was more of a heist movie, and like Marvel went ahead and did something like this. Why couldn't they go ahead and like do something other? Have another strong female character like than Black Widow? You know, is that her name, Black Widow? The one that Scarlett Johansson portrays in the Avengers? I don't know, but you know who I'm talking about. Why couldn't they do that? That annoyed me so much, you know? And like, she can fight. She would be perfect for Ant-Man. I mean, the movie would have been more unique. Oh, good. Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. I just get annoyed that she can do all this amazing stuff, and she hardly does anything in the movie. She says a lot of stuff, but she hardly does anything. It's like she's part of the plan, but she does little to nothing. She's part of the training, and she kicks his ass, which is awesome, but I don't know. I didn't think she was a strong female character because they should have used her attributes, you know? They should have used her skills. They should have made her the fucking Ant-Man. That would have been so much better, and it would have been more logical, you know? Okay, the other characters I thought was, well, the villain is kind of boring, I thought, you know, he's like the typical want to take over the world bureaucrat. Boring, I thought. And also, Scott Lang's friends are terribly racist stereotypes. We have like the Latino who's like talking really fast and like gets overexcited, you know, and we have the black guy who like talks like every black guy is from the ghetto, and we have this Russian guy that's really serious and talks calm even though he has a gun pointed at his face. You know, why can't these people... Why does these people have to be racial stereotypes? I mean, it's so boring. I think we're done with that. We should be done with that, you know? And I thought they should have been given bigger roles. They were like side characters with a terribly white cast. Well, the whole superhero world seems to be terribly white and terribly white, overrun by white men. That's one thing that bores me with this franchise, you know? There's all white male characters. So, well, on the gender and ethnicity side, this movie could have done a whole lot better. Also, there's another plot hole I would like to address in this movie. how is it that everyone that control ants can decide how many and which ants they're going to control? That's never explained in the movie. They're like, okay, you 5 ants, go here and put sugar in the tea. How do you communicate with 5 ants, and how do you shut out the other thousands of ants that is under your command at the same time? I thought that was a little bit of bullshitting moment, because I would like to have that one explained. How the ants could have been controlled in such limitness, you know, that they could limit the amount of ants that they were controlling. And so, yeah, that was a bit of a bullshitting moment. Good God, what more can you talk about this movie? So I enjoyed it. I really did, even though there was something that bothered me. So that's why I only gave this movie 3 bass guitars out of 5, because like most Marvel movies, a lot of things annoyed me. Nothing wrong annoyed me, it just annoyed me for personal reasons. Good God, I was about to say something but I forgot. So, yeah, one thing. Marvel and comedy don't go well together, I think, because when I watched Avengers Age of Ultron this year, I thought it was better than the first one, but one thing that bothered me the most about Avengers Age of Ultron was that the jokes are endless, and they never give us a break from the jokes. It's like joke upon joke upon joke upon joke upon joke. And it gets annoying after a while. And you know, I thought Ant-Man did a little better with the jokes. I thought I laughed sometimes. Well, in the beginning I laughed a lot at Ant-Man. And then it became joke upon joke upon joke upon joke upon joke. And like Scott Lang can't take anything serious, even though he's so this moment is like dead serious, and he's like, no, I'm gonna make this joke, haha. I just don't like that. I have a little hard trouble taking that scene seriously, that they portray so seriously, you know? But the comedy did hold up better than in most Marvel movies, I thought. So yeah, I don't know if I have anything more to say about Ant-Man, you know? I enjoyed it, but yeah, I've addressed the things I didn't like, and I addressed the things I liked. No, the music I can talk about. The music I liked very much, because it wasn't the typical pompous music that you hear in like these big roles, because it was like nice heist music, you know, and I really got that spy feeling. And yeah, I don't know how to describe the music, but you know, other than it's heist and spy music. But yeah, a good movie. Definitely 3 bass guitars out of 5. Could have been better if the cast was better gender and ethnicity wise. Could have been better if like they explained a lot of more things more. Otherwise, I liked it. You should definitely give this a watch. I think you should give every movie a watch, but you know, give this one a watch. So yeah, again, if you want me to review a movie, you can type it in the comment section or write to me on Facebook. And if you want to go to a movie with me, I live in Gothenburg, Sweden. You're very welcome to go with me and talk to me about the movie. I love other people's opinions. So also, if you thought that I was wrong or anything, just drop a comment in the comment section. So yeah, I'll see you in my next video, guys. So keep on having a good summer, and yeah, go see Ant-Man. You deserve it. Bye, people.